virtual lesson for performing monitoring and coaching as an on-site provider. As part of the body behavior and environment model, DORN offers on-site monitoring of the production environment and coaching of behaviors to promote proper biomechanical movement for all job tasks. The goal of this proactive approach to wellness and safety is to educate client employees on the best practices possible and create an environment that encourages sustainable change to mitigate risk and musculoskeletal injury. Within the work environment, employees perform many repetitive movements. Throughout the day, consistent pushing, pulling, lifting, carrying, and twisting create opportunities for strains, sprains, and pain from overexertion. To mitigate this risk, DORN providers spend time in the work environment observing work patterns, monitoring for safety concerns, and coaching employees on the best practices and proper ergonomics when necessary. Through regular monitoring of the various departments and work areas, the DORN provider assesses the risk potential and coaches to eliminate the risk and improve the safety and productivity of the work environment. The goal of this introductory video is to supply a complete understanding of the monitoring and coaching service. At the end of this video, and before moving on to the rest of the lesson, you will have a comprehensive knowledge to understand your role of this service and how this service interacts with the rest of the DORN service offerings, and how to communicate with the site regarding the value of this service and understanding the steps required to initiate an on-site monitoring and coaching program. The role of the provider during performance of this service is as an added asset of eyes and ears to the site, looking specifically for risks to the physical well-being of their employees. When you are on-site conducting a monitoring and coaching service, you are there to be a resource to the employees. It is important that you do not hinder production, distract from required tasks, or embarrass employees while making corrections. You may see employees at work that you have seen for individual sessions. This is an opportunity to give reminders that create sustainable change in their body mechanics. Maintain an upbeat attitude and a sense of familiarity with employees while you are monitoring. You do not want them to feel under scrutiny, or they may change their work habits or become unresponsive to your suggestions. Your goal is to watch their habitual movements and through time, coach them into developing safer habits. A monitoring and coaching session is also an opportunity to meet employees that have not yet received a hands-on session and introduce them to the DORN program. While you coach them in this session, consider whether they would benefit from hands-on work and consider scheduling them for a series of sessions. This service has some similarities to the observation service from a previous lesson. The main difference between the two services are what you are looking at and how often it is performed. With an observation session, you will be watching one employee and be working with only them. During a monitoring and coaching session, you will have eyes on all employees, equipment, and activity at the site. You will address multiple concerns within one session, coaching employees for improved wellness practices on the job as needed. This service also has a safety and messaging component. Monitoring and coaching is performed with weekly sessions to maintain the positive results you are facilitating. Monitoring and coaching is an additional service that is negotiated for a set schedule. Typically, it is contracted with the site during the onboarding week, but often you will have the opportunity to initiate the negotiation process yourself. If you believe that a site would benefit from monitoring and coaching, you may take steps to initiate the program. DORN management will negotiate with the clients to add the scope of work contract and coordinate with the provider to determine the weekly schedule. When you see an opportunity to improve a site's wellness and safety program with monitoring and coaching, you may proceed in two ways. You may first contact your DORN supervisor and provide a report of what you have seen, at which point DORN will be reaching out. Depending on your relationship with your site contact, you might first initiate the conversation there. Describe to them the benefits they would see from the new service and how it would not negatively affect their daily production. In fact, over time, they would see a rise in production with a boost in morale and a decrease in workplace pain and fatigue. Monitoring and coaching may also be contracted as an added service after a business review of the site. With this information, you should now understand your role within the monitoring and coaching service. The next video will instruct you on the performance of monitoring and coaching. Take a short quiz and then move on to the rest of the lesson. Thanks and live pain-free.